Get ready to be enthralled as we embark on an unforgettable adventure through the extraordinary life of Charlie Chaplin. The anticipation is palpable. But before we dive into the fascinating tale of this cinematic legend, we have a special message from the team at USA Readers. Our journey is not just about entertainment, it's also a carefully crafted learning experience designed to help you master the English language. So, buckle up and join us on this captivating ride, where the lines between learning and entertainment blur, and the magic of Charlie Chaplin's story comes alive. Imagine a young boy on the bustling streets of London, armed with nothing but an oversized imagination and an undying love for making people laugh. A boy who would transform a spoon into a character, a tablecloth into a cape, and a humble dream into a legacy that would light up the silver screens of the world. This is the story of Charlie Chaplin, a child of humble beginnings who rose to become one of the most celebrated figures in cinematic history. His journey was not just about fame but about resilience, creativity, and the unyielding power of laughter. In the heart of a crowded London neighborhood, a little boy named Charlie Chaplin grew up surrounded by challenges and dreams. The Chaplins lived in a small, cramped house, struggling to make ends meet. Despite the hardships, music and laughter were constants in their lives. Charlie's mother, a singer, and his father, an actor, were far from famous but deeply passionate about the arts. That passion flowed into young Charlie, igniting his love for performing. From a tender age, Charlie showed a remarkable talent for entertaining. He would craft entire performances using everyday objects. A spoon became a lively character, a tablecloth transformed into a dramatic cape. His impromptu acts filled his family's home with laughter, offering a brief escape from their struggles. Outside, the streets of London were a harsh playground. Yet, they also became a school for Charlie. Observing people's gestures, walks, and expressions, he collected a treasure trove of mannerisms that would later inspire his iconic characters. As Charlie grew older, he took his performances to the streets, entertaining passers-by for coins. It wasn't always rewarding. Some days were met with applause, while others brought indifference. But Charlie never gave up. His persistence eventually paid off when a theater manager noticed his raw talent and invited him to perform on a real stage. That night, stepping onto a brightly lit stage for the first time, Charlie faced a moment of fear and exhilaration. The audience's silence was deafening, the spotlight blinding. Yet, as he performed, their laughter and applause filled the room, sparking a confidence that would never wane. The stage became his haven, where he could connect with people, telling stories that made them laugh and cry. Charlie's early theater days were a mix of triumphs and trials. Critics could be harsh, and there were nights when the seats were painfully empty. But each challenge only deepened his resolve. He absorbed everything the theater had to teach, memorizing scripts, mastering stage presence, and learning the intricacies of directing and set design. The dream of reaching larger audiences led Charlie to America, a land he saw as bursting with possibilities. The journey across the ocean was both thrilling and daunting. As the ship sailed farther from London's familiar shores, Charlie grappled with questions about his future. Arriving in America was a sensory overload. The towering skyscrapers, the frenetic pace, and the boundless energy of the cities were unlike anything he'd experienced. But finding work wasn't easy. The American theater scene was competitive and unfamiliar. Charlie's unique style initially faced skepticism, but he remained undeterred. Eventually, his persistence paid off. Performances on American stages brought Charlie new opportunities and an expanding audience. Yet, he wasn't content with just theater. The burgeoning world of cinema intrigued him. Silent films, a novel medium, offered a new way to tell stories, a way that suited Charlie's talent for physical comedy and expression. Charlie's transition to film marked a turning point in his career. It was in this medium that he introduced the world to the Tramp, an unforgettable character with a bowler hat, a cane, and a heart full of optimism. The Tramp was more than a comedic figure, he was a mirror reflecting society's struggles and joys. Through this character, Charlie explored themes of poverty, injustice, and love, blending humor with profound humanity. Silent films allowed Charlie to take complete control of his art. He became not just an actor but also a writer, director, and producer. This creative freedom enabled him to experiment and innovate, crafting scenes that were both comedic masterpieces and poignant commentaries on life. Charlie's rise to stardom was anything but smooth. He faced numerous rejections, harsh critiques, and moments of self-doubt. But he never let these obstacles derail his journey. Each failure became a lesson, each success a stepping stone. His performances stood out not just for their humor but for their depth. Charlie's ability to connect with audiences came from his authenticity. He poured his experiences, observations, and emotions into his work, creating characters that resonated deeply with people. From the streets of London to the dazzling lights of Hollywood, Charlie Chaplin's story is a testament to the power of dreams and determination. He taught the world that laughter could be a balm for life's hardships, that art could inspire change, and that even in the darkest times, hope and joy could prevail. Charlie's legacy extends far beyond his films. He showed us the value of resilience, the importance of empathy, and the universal language of humor. His journey reminds us that greatness is not about where you start but about where your dreams and determination can take you. Charlie Chaplin's journey to Hollywood marked a pivotal moment in his career. It was a realm unlike any other, where glitz and glamour reigned, and dreams were spun into reality. For Charlie, Hollywood wasn't just a destination, it was an opportunity to transform his vision into a legacy that would touch millions. Here, in the heart of the burgeoning film industry, he found the perfect stage to elevate his artistry. Charlie's early days in Hollywood were not marked by luxury or comfort. He arrived with a reputation as a promising talent, but he was far from the household name he would become. With his characteristic determination, he threw himself into the whirlwind of studio life, working tirelessly to make his mark. While others saw Hollywood as a competitive battlefield, Charlie saw it as a canvas, waiting for his unique brushstrokes. His first few projects were short comedies, where he experimented with slapstick and visual humor. These films served as stepping stones, allowing him to refine his craft and develop his signature style. He studied the mechanics of filmmaking obsessively, learning about lighting, editing, and camera angles. Charlie wasn't just acting, he was immersing himself in every aspect of the production process. The Tramp, already beloved by audiences, became a central figure in Charlie's Hollywood films. But here, the character began to evolve. Charlie added layers of depth and nuance to the Tramp, transforming him from a comedic vagabond into a symbol of humanity's resilience and hope. Films like The Kid showcased the Tramp's ability to evoke not just laughter but also tears, blending humor with heartfelt storytelling. In The Kid, the Tramp forms a bond with a young orphan, creating a story filled with warmth, struggle, and redemption. The film was a masterpiece of silent cinema, demonstrating Charlie's ability to convey profound emotions without dialogue. Audiences were captivated, critics were amazed, and Hollywood took notice. The Tramp wasn't just a character, he was a phenomenon, and Charlie was the genius behind him. As Charlie's fame grew, so did his ambitions. He wasn't content to merely act in films, he wanted complete creative control. This desire led him to negotiate unprecedented contracts, granting him the freedom to write, direct, produce, and star in his own projects. This level of autonomy was almost unheard of at the time, but Charlie knew it was essential to bring his vision to life. Charlie founded his own studio, where he could work without interference. Here, he created some of his most iconic films, including The Gold Rush and City Lights. These movies were a testament to his dedication to perfection. Charlie would spend days on a single scene, ensuring every detail was just right. His perfectionism was legendary, but it was also what made his films timeless. By the 1920s, Charlie Chaplin was more than just a filmmaker, he was a global icon. His films were loved by audiences around the world, transcending language and cultural barriers. The Tramp's universal appeal lay in his relatability. Whether someone was watching from a grand cinema in New York or a small theater in rural India, they saw a piece of themselves in the Tramp's struggles and triumphs. Charlie's fame brought him immense wealth and recognition, but it also came with challenges. The public's fascination with his personal life often overshadowed his work, and he faced intense scrutiny from the media. Yet, Charlie remained focused on his craft, using his platform to push the boundaries of storytelling and innovation in cinema. As the 1920s gave way to the 1930s, the film industry underwent a seismic shift with the advent of sound. Silent films, once the pinnacle of entertainment, were now considered outdated. For many stars of the silent era, this transition marked the end of their careers. But Charlie saw it as an opportunity. He approached the transition to sound with caution, believing that dialogue could undermine the universal appeal of his films. His first sound film, Modern Times, was a bold experiment. Though it included synchronized sound effects and music, Charlie chose to keep the Tramp silent, using pantomime and physical comedy to tell the story. The film was a triumph, proving that the essence of the Tramp could transcend technological changes. Charlie Chaplin's rise in Hollywood wasn't just a personal achievement, it was a cultural milestone. He had shown that comedy could be sophisticated, that silent films could convey profound themes, and that a single character could capture the hearts of an entire generation. His journey from the streets of London to the heights of Hollywood stardom was a testament to his talent, determination, and vision. He had faced poverty, rejection, and immense pressure, yet he had never lost his passion for storytelling. Charlie's work wasn't just entertainment, it was a celebration of humanity in all its complexity. As the curtain fell on the golden age of silent film, Charlie Chaplin's legacy endured. The Tramp, with his bowler hat and cane, remained an enduring symbol of hope and humor. Charlie's films continued to be celebrated, studied, and cherished, reminding new generations of the power of laughter. Charlie once said, "A day without laughter is a day wasted." Through his films, he ensured that no one would ever have to waste a day. From the dusty streets of London to the bright lights of Hollywood, Charlie Chaplin proved that dreams, no matter how improbable, could come true. His star still shines brightly, a beacon for anyone who dares to dream big and laugh along the way.